Welcome, dear Moessieurs followers, for that third video dedicated to the ANX virtual analog engine on the Montage M. And the today topic, after we have seen all the waveforms and what we can do on that screen, we are going to go to the envelope generator and to the low frequency oscillator screen. So if you do not have seen the first video, go to see them to not be lost when I'm going to explain that part. I remind you, if you like the video content, please click on like. That's very important for me to know that you like the content I provide, and that's also very important for the channel. And you can also boost the video. It's free, just click on boost and you can boost my video. Thank you in advance.
To start this video, I deliberately set settings on the screen like that. But first of all, I'll show you where we are. We're here, you see the OSC envelope generator, then we have the OSC LFO. In fact, it shows that it's before the oscillators. You can think that it's like the envelope generator and the LFO for AWM 2 elements. But you'll see, there are some big differences. When you look at the EG here, you can think there will be no sound like that, and yet it lasts over time. What if I increase the values? The release didn't do anything, the attack didn't attack any slower. What's going on? It seems to not working. In fact, it's the envelope generator for these three parameters that are there. And now you're thinking, okay, so if I move the shaper value here, it moves the shaper value there. Absolutely not. You can see that it stayed at 0. What you need to understand about this screen is that we're going to work the shaper EG in independent way. Remember, if you need to see what's happening on sub-screen, press Shift and page jump. It allows you to adjust what you're doing more quickly. And here you see the EG attack, decay, sustain, and release. The sub-screen is great for working rather than clicking on central screen. We have under control all 7 parameters at our fingertips with the sub-screen. What happens if I work with the sync pitch and change my EG a little? You can also see on the oscilloscope that this is my sync pitch, which is coming in slower way. Not the oscillator waveform itself, but be careful. With the attack, we understand that this sync pitch arrives a little bit later. But if I move the sync pitch here, you hear, it's added. With this envelope generator, we're going to work on the envelope generator for the sync pitch, pulse width, and shaper in a different way than we did on each other oscillator screen. I'm going to reset my parameters, let's say close to 0. I'm going to leave it like that. On the oscilloscope, you can see that it hasn't changed things too much. We have the OSC low-frequency oscillator screen. It's pretty much the same thing, that's the LFO for these settings. If I change the speed, nothing happens. And there, you can hear it clearly, you can understand that it's my sync pitch, which is modulated by the LFO, for which I can choose various waveforms. There, I did it with a triangle, I can do it with a square. So, this sync pitch there is still not the same as there. You can see that what you can do in terms of modulation on the ANX is pretty huge, because here you can tweak your sounds and have a lot of fun. You can do a lot with this. Remember Shift plus page jump. I'm on the right sub-screen view. You can see even better what's happening here with my square. So, I can change the speed, I can change the delay. The delay is actually making the LFO modulation come a little bit later. But here, in a very abrupt way. We can clearly see what's happening here on the sub-screen. If I want to have it coming in slow way, I'll do it with the fade in, so that the modulation I created on the shaper and sync pitch come gradually. And depending on the waveform I use, I'll get a different result. Key on reset set to on means that every time I release a note, I'll restart like this. So now, I'll go back to something more direct, and I'll slow down the speed to explain this to you. It starts again at the beginning, where it was. Every time I release my note, it comes back here. If I don't activate key on reset, I'll do it at a slightly higher speed. I have to play notes a little faster to hear that. Each start is different compared to key on reset set to on. And if I activate it here, I still have the same sound. It's up to you to choose if you want to go down that route. But what's very important to understand about these two screens is that we work on EG and LFO for pulse width, sync pitch, and shaper, where here I can explain they stay in a fixed value and rendering. That's video ending. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the content interesting. Feel free to click on like, and I also invite you to click on the boost button to highlight this video in YouTube suggestions. If you want to learn more quickly how to use or take in hand your Montage M, ESP, Camelot Pro, or any of the Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboards that I use, or also Cubase MIDI and audio recording with them, you can request your Moessieurs masterclass now. You choose your session topic, and you can download your session video to watch it as many times as you need. It's available for users who lives in Europe. See the video description to contact me by mail. Take all benefit of my expertise for Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboards, John Mellor's software suite or Camelot Pro. As member of International Yamaha Tech Talk Live team, consultant for Yamaha Music Europe and France, and host of the Camelot Pro sessions, I take care of your experience level. If you are a Moessieurs YouTube community member, you will get 15 minutes extra time for each session. How to become a member? Just sign up on YouTube. It's a monthly subscription of €3, and you'll get more than just the 15 minutes extra time. You'll get to see all my videos in preview, without ads, almost 2 months in advance, as well as my private videos without ads too. Don't hesitate to join the Moessieurs YouTube community. See you soon for a new Moessieurs video.